Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
It is your boy JTG, aka Jay the God.
I hope you survived Halloween and Election Day. Even more interesting as we count down literally now the days to the minutes of Back to the 80s WrestleFest on November the 13th in Melrose. Our brand new Wrestling Insider special edition is...
coming up right about now.
Wrestling fans, years have become months that have become weeks, and now we're talking days and even hours as Boston Wrestling MWF celebrates its 20th anniversary, going back to the 90s. Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. The superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow will take part in a live wrestling event, autograph photo, fan fest, VIP exclusive Q&A, plus the kickoff to our annual Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. After Jimmy Kimmel embarrassed Melrose for, well, being Melrose, we're also going to have a superstar costume contest where best dressed wins an awesome autographed prize. On November the 13th, you'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blayze, a.k.a. Madusa, from WCW, WWE Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion Marty Jannetty, the Doctor of Style Slick, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese, Portuguese Man of War Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact Wrestling World Champion Die Hard Eddie Edwards, JTG of Cryme Time, Cena Sr, Oscar of Men on a Mission, AEW's Jora Joe, and more. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at BostonWrestling.com. We'll see you live November the 13th.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
It is your boy JTG, aka Jay the God.
I hope you survived Halloween and Election Day. Even more interesting as we count down literally now the days to the minutes of Back to the 80s WrestleFest on November the 13th in Melrose. Our brand new Wrestling Insider special edition is...
coming up right about now.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome back. Halloween, we talked about one of our favorite holidays, but to me, baby, after 20 years, I think November 13th should be a holiday.
Ooh, it might be after November 13th. It might be.
It may be turned into, at least in Melrose, a
History
national
might
holiday.
go down at the Memorial Hall.
I'm telling you, me and my, I don't think you've met Chairman Manolian yet, but you look at the Grays now. I was over in his swimming pool when I was 3 years old. And to think that at the age of 20, 21, when WWE stopped using me, that we'd start this world of insanity that has become Boston Wrestling MWF, that this man would come to the studio and talk about raping Brian Blair and Hulk Hogan.
Oh my gosh.
Amongst other great things in the studio, on the road, even internationally. When the Sheik and I thought we were going to have a planes, trains, and automobile adventure. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
No, I have not.
You weren't a John Candy fan as a kid? I'm almost ashamed of you.
I got familiar with John Candy through Home Alone, and he had a cartoon show, and that's about all I know of John Candy.
Do you like comedy?
I love comedy.
You got, especially around, well, Thanksgiving's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
It's a great holiday movie. It's hysterical about these two strangers that through travel fiascos, it's almost, you can almost relate it to wrestling. Through travel fiascos, wind up hitting the road together, and where it was Thanksgiving, I believe, in that movie, the Sheik and I had an experience in Canada where I got him booked on a reality TV show.
Nice.
And they wanted me to babysit him.
Ooh.
Then instead of getting us two separate hotel rooms, they got us a two-bedroom suite.
Ooh.
So I was stuck with them.
That's a reality TV show right there.
There's a lot to this, but I'll never forget in the cab, him getting in the front seat with the cabbie, and he started talking Iranian to him, and the only words I understood were cocaine, heroin, hashish.
In Canada?
Yes, and the cabbie's going, oh, please.
I need my medication.
Medicine.
Yeah, medicine.
He didn't get it from him at least, but he had quite a bit of medicine later in the night. More medicine than
Then CVS.
You know, you'd think a
pharmacy.
package of flour exploded at the grocery store.
Oh my God.
The Sheik was happy. And I got home from Canada in time for Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Because like I said, it was Thanksgiving week as well. And that was '06. Oh my God, what a life I've had. Anyway, you survived all these great things. You're ready for the big event, November the 13th. We can only whet your palate here on Wrestling Insider Special Edition. Like, well, I'm sure there's many palates on the road that would like you to wet them.
Oh, you know why?
That's
The sexiest
and that's the
Albanian.
only reason. That's the only reason. He had zero appeal before he created
Zero.
these great products,
Unsexy. Nobody wanted me.
which you can find at.
shbeardcare.com.
And let me tell you something. If you want to look as good as he does, in addition to these fine products that are going to make you look good, smell good, if you want to physically start to get the guns like that, in the best shape of his career, in the second half of it, he's even got a book out about it.
Ooh, yeah, fitness. Yes, my fitness book for
the newbies.
The Newbie's Guide to Big Biceps. Yes, you get that on Amazon.
Brother, you can tell I haven't read the book.
I thought you was going in the direction of the T-Moss. I thought you was going in the direction with that. The testosterone boost.
We got to get the
T-Moss.
libido going, brother.
Libido, testosterone, energy. Your wife, for the gentleman, your wife's gonna love you for the T-Moss.
Have you ever
Trust
thrown
me.
pasta into the boiling water and see how the pasta comes out? Limp?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I got the wet pasta gimmick
T-Moss
on.
will definitely help you
All
with
right,
that.
thank you. See, at least
Yes.
I'm man enough to admit it.
Yes. It
Little,
get rid of all the excess
We're
mucus.
not talking Fred Durst.
The limp bit. I actually saw Fred Durst live a couple of weeks ago.
Did you?
Amazing performance. Still got it.
Really?
Still got it. Yeah, me and Chris Masters saw him.
He hasn't had a big, it's been a while since he's
Yeah, it
had
was
a
the
big,
throwbacks. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot of his throwbacks. I enjoyed his performance.
He'll be the Vanilla Rice of the
Of our
2000s,
generation, yeah.
All right, wrestling fans, one question that came through that I found kind of interesting.
What's up,
They
man?
wanted you to try and compare some of the different personalities that you ran into at OVW. You had Danny Davis, you had Nick Dinsmore, you had our good friend Uncle Al. Did you encounter Jim Cornette at all, or was he already gone?
Yes, no, I had some interactions with Jim Cornette. Yeah, he booked me for a few of the live event shows there in Kentucky. And I remember the first time he spoke to me, he's like, "Is your head all right?" I'm like, I was kind of confused. Like, yeah, why would my head not be all right? And at the time, I was wearing a do-rag, and he wasn't familiar with urban culture. He didn't know he just saw my head wrapped, and I had a hat on
thought you
top
were
of it.
injured?
Yeah, he thought I was injured. Yeah, he knew I was one of the wrestling students, so he
Yeah.
he probably looking at me like, "Why is he has his head wrapped and he has a hat on top of it?" It was a do-rag. He didn't know.
Did you smarten him up?
Yeah, I smartened him up. He was like, "Oh, I see your head wrapped. I thought you got hurt in training. Well, good for you." Yeah.
How long was he there before it transitioned to Paul Heyman? Were you there for the Heyman
Yeah, I was
incarnation?
Yeah, I was there for that. I was there for all that. He left because of the whole Santino Marella incident.
Were you there for that?
I was there for that. Yes.
You know, why not share that with the fans?
Woo.
For the fans that aren't familiar with it.
So I understand both sides of the story. I know how passionate Cornette is about the business and his work. And I definitely understand Santino had just gotten there. He was brand new, and he wasn't smartened up to the whole aspect of the business yet. So
for the fans that don't know what we're talking about, in an OVW TV taping, they were presenting Boogeyman as the most fearsome thing on God's green earth.
Yes.
Boogeyman, I guess, came out of the ring with a Boogeyman look that we never saw in WWE. He had
Did he have the worms
horns
yet?
or something?
He had horns. He had a lot going on at the time, and
And the OVW personnel and students were supposed to be in great fear.
Yeah, they're supposed to respond and react to it accordingly.
And take it from there.
Yeah, and then Santino only being there probably like 2 or 3 weeks. His daughter was there, so he was still getting accustomed to Kentucky and OVW school. But he started going to the TV shows on Wednesdays, and when Boogeyman was leaving, they caught a glimpse of Santino in the background, and he was doing security because he wanted to pay his dues. You know, being new there, we all had to pay our dues there. He was doing security, and he's like kind of like smiling and laughing. And Cornette saw that and blew his and then he told Santino to come behind us, and he slammed the door. It was just them two in the room, and he cussed him out and he put his hands on him. That's how passionate Cornette is about this business. And Santino, at the time, he was still new and he was trying to break into the business, so he didn't respond in the way that he would have. You know, Santino. That for those you guys see the fun, hello, it's me, Santino is a real badass. He's a badass. I remember one time him and Shad was just playing around, and he toss because of his judo skills. Toss got Shad on the ground, and everybody was like, "Oh!" Like we kind of like, "Okay, this guy's the real deal." But yeah, if Santino wanted to, he could have destroyed Cornette in that room, but he didn't because that would have been the end of his. He thought that was the end of his career when Cornette put his hands on him, but he stuck around, and I'm glad he did.
What great restraint that Santino has, not to respond to having someone
slap him around, exactly,
yeah.
and knowing that he could kill this guy in a few seconds. Yeah, he had a lot of restraint.
Did you actually witness it, or did he tell you secondhand?
No, it was secondhand. But I was in the building when it happened. Like we all knew that he was in trouble, but we didn't know what happened behind closed doors until Santino told us. Yeah, and then I know Santino. He wanted to squash the beef between him and Cornette. And I don't think that ever happened, but. I understand both sides of the story.
I think they actually got into another issue at a fan
Yes,
fest. There was like someone shot it with the cell phone or something.
I think Santino wanted to squash it. He did. Santino, he's a positive dude. He just wanted to, clear the heat, and I don't think Cornette was having it. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met him. I know Cena Sr. thinks the world of.
Oh
Santino.
yeah, Santino is while my journey into this wrestling. During my life journeying through my wrestling career, Santino is definitely in my top 10 of people who I love. Like I say, I could call a brother in this business. Yeah.
Am I third or fourth?
You're in the top 5.
All right. Thank you. All right, wrestling fans, as we talk about a journey, we're going to continue right now as they switch over to the center cam. I know they're going to switch that camera any second now because we're getting ready.
There you go. All right.
We are going to take a brief time out. When we come back. We're not going to bitch slap you, but check out these ads, baby. Get those tickets. November 13th. The countdown is on.
Wrestling fans, years have become months that have become weeks, and now we're talking days and even hours as Boston Wrestling MWF celebrates its 20th anniversary, going back to the 90s. Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. The superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow will take part in a live wrestling event, autograph photo, fan fest, VIP exclusive Q&A, plus the kickoff to our annual Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. After Jimmy Kimmel embarrassed Melrose for, being Melrose, we're also going to have a superstar costume contest where best dressed wins an awesome autographed prize. On November the 13th, you'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blayze, a.k.a. Madusa, from WCW, WWE Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion Marty Jannetty, the Doctor of Style Slick, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese, Portuguese Man of War Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact Wrestling World Champion Die Hard Eddie Edwards, JTG of Cryme Time, John Cena Sr., Oscar of Men on a Mission, AEW's Jora Joe, and more. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at BostonWrestling.com. We'll see you live November the 13th.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
Here's your chance to own a piece of history from the 2020 WWE Draft. On the second night, October the 12th, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and Alexa Bliss unleashed hell on Andrade and Zelina Vega. This limited edition 11x14 collector's poster is number 26 of only 50 made, personally signed by both The Fiend and Alexa Bliss, direct from friends at WWE. Comes with certificate of authenticity hologram on the poster itself, suitable for framing. You'll also receive a bonus autographed mystery photo and an on-air shout-out as our thanks to you. Get this ultra-rare autographed Fiend and Alexa Bliss poster now.
Cheer. Why, hello. I would ask what was on your mind, but I already know. You want to know what has got my beard looking oh so majestic. And I'll tell you, it's sexy as hell beard care. coconut oil, vitamin E oil, almond oil, both sweet and bitter, shea butter. It's all natural. Yes, JTG has actually come out with a high quality product. So support your boy by going to sahbeardcare.com and take one step closer to becoming sexy as hell. Cheer. Ooh, cheer. You know?
All right, wrestling fans, welcome back. Do you remember, Jay, the fallout to Jim Cornette after the attack on Santino in Ohio Valley? What was the atmosphere like?
The atmosphere.
After that night and in the ensuing couple of weeks?
We found out that Cornette got released, and who was going to replace him. And we were kind of in limbo, because I remember Jim Cornette just started using me, and I'm like, and I think he kind of was starting to take a liking to me. And then after that, I'm like, I'm going to have to start from scratch. Like, who's going to come in? And then Paul Heyman came in, and in a few months, or maybe a year later, he used me.
So you were used a little bit and then they stopped?
Yeah, because I was used on the as an enhancement talent on OVW, and then I was also being used on the live event as an enhancement talent. I was still young. I was 19, 20 years old? About 19 years old. I was 19 years old.
What was your name then?
I used JTG, but when Paul Heyman came on the scene, he titled me the Neighbor Hoodie. He asked me if I loved the name.
Oh, I thought that was a tag team.
No, we were the Neighbor Hoodies, and then when I
you were the Neighbor Hoodie.
Yeah, with my tag team partner at the time, after we had our horrible match, he took that horrible match, the worst match of my career. He had to take a break because of personal issues, and that match kind of like
personal issues.
Yeah, personal issues, and that match kind of like really, those two combined. He was like, I gotta take a break from wrestling, and then that left me kind of like solo, and then Danny Davis, Al Snow, and Paul Heyman knew there was something there with me. They didn't know exactly what it was yet. They put me and Shad together, and the rest is history.
Did you prefer teaming with Shad over Abraham Washington?
I'm gonna have to say yeah, because me and Abraham Washington, we were very similar. And I believe with Shad, there was the big guy, little guy thing. You had the hype one, then you had the badass strong guy. So I think it complemented us a lot. What was the name of that cartoon with the big dog and the little dog with the Looney Tunes, and the little dog was talking all the crap, and the big dog would have to take care of the work because of what the little dog got wrapping it, thing in his mouth too much.
You're not talking about Scooby-Doo and Scrappy.
That too.
All
that
right.
too. Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah, I was the Scrappy, and Shad was the Scooby.
Do you ever wish that you didn't go the tag team route? That you just
No,
went
I'm glad.
singles?
I'm glad the direction my
you did it?
career went. Yes, I'm glad that Shad was more than a tag team partner in the ring. He was my brother in life, and the relationship that we had was amazing outside the ring, and I would have accomplished a lot where I am in my life if it wasn't for Shad, in a lot of areas in my life, business, just knowledge, and just life in general. Yeah.
What was it about Shad that was so special that he was able to help you so much outside of the ring?
Because we were able to relate to each other. We were both born in Brooklyn, single mother household. We grew up around the same neighborhood, but we never bumped into each other. It's crazy. And then also, we just had so much in common. Even before, when I first got to Kentucky, Elijah Burke introduced me to Shad. And then after that, Shad and I became really close, and he was the first he taught me how to work out. Shad taught me how to work out, got me my first job in Kentucky at Hollywood Video.
Oh, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about
I love that.
Yes, he got me my first apartment in Kentucky. He was like, I'm talking to him, like, he was the first this, he was the first that. He was able to get me my first, he gave me his ID so I could go to the clubs in Kentucky.
Well, you weren't 21 yet.
Yeah, exactly,
That's right.
but me and him looked similar, so he gave me his ID, and I was able to go to the club with Shad's ID. There's so much. That's just off the top of my head. But yeah, there's so many more instances where Shad was a big influence and big impact in my life.
And how are you dealing with it now? Now that it's been about a year and
a
a half.
A bit over a year and a half. I had my closure around the time that it happened. I mean, I still think about him every day, but it doesn't hit me as hard as it did when it first initially happened, because I was still for some reason, I don't know, because of the business that we're in, I was hoping that was a work. Because it was just unbelievable. Like, what? He knows how to swim. He's a big guy. He's tall. Like, how far did he go out in the ocean? And then when you do your research on riptides.
They're really supposedly something.
Yeah,
Tony
yes.
Atlas told a story about one. He was in Puerto Rico,
Mm-hmm.
and he wound up in one. And he said, literally within seconds, he
was
didn't.
gone.
It was
Yeah.
well, it was almost like magic. He said, and he was about 50 yards into the ocean out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So he completely understood how it happened. To me,
Yeah.
I've thank God never been in one.
Yeah, I had to do some research on that. I'm like, because I still enjoy going to the beach. You know, I thought I was gonna be two things I was concerned. I thought I would never wrestle again because I think after that I didn't want to
Really?
go back into wrestling. Like I don't want to be reminded.
Really?
Yeah, because
Wow.
I'm like every time I go into the locker room, you know, I'm gonna get thoughts of Shad and memories. I was like, I don't know if I could do it. I was almost thinking about hanging up my boots. And then also I didn't know if I wanted to go back on the beach again, and I was able to overcome both of those things. So I still go to the beach, and I'm
Still wrestling.
and I'm still in the ring.
Now, do you talk to his wife at all?
Yeah,
how
yeah.
were they holding up?
Oh, they're holding up great. They're
Good,
doing good.
good.
Yeah. And,
I know that GoFundMe at least was a big success.
Oh
that they
yeah.
did.
And then also the NFT collection I'm doing.
Oh
I'm
my gosh, that's right. Yeah, I
splitting
forgot
half
all about that.
splitting half the proceeds with his family.
Well, explain what's going on with that.
Okay, so for those who are not familiar with NFTs are crypto. It's like non-fungible tokens. That's what it stands for, and it's digital art. It's not physical, and for like fans or collectible people who like to do collectibles, buy this digital art either through auctions or just buy it now, and that's pretty much it. It's like pretty much digital gold.
How can people get the Cryme Time crypto?
You could go to mintable.app.
Mintable.app.
Mintable.app, yes. That's
And
where you
do
mint
you-
your NFTs.
Do you search Cryme Time, or
You can
does it
search
just
Cryme
come
Time.
up, or-
Yeah, you go to the Cryme Time store, and then we have 10 NFTs. We have different tiers. We have the bronze tier, silver, gold, and then platinum.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe, isn't there one that's only one of one?
Yes, that's the platinum one. Yeah.
That by the time this airs, it might even be gone.
Yeah, it might be. It's definitely be gone. I believe it's gonna be gone the first day.
How has this turned into such a phenomenon recently? It's still a little bit over my head. I kind of understand what it is. I'm still kind of a little confused.
See, with crypto, everybody's it's an investment, especially in the early stages of the crypto era. Is like the .com. Nobody really was big on AOL or .com. You're getting websites, and then after a few years, it blew up. So if you get in now, especially like and another thing that's considered NFT is domain names. So right now, .com is what's the big thing right now. In a few years, it's going to be .crypto. So a lot of
Really?
.crypto. So I started.
So you're saying we need BostonWrestling.crypto?
Yes, you do. I
I
started
wonder
buying.
if I can buy that. Where would you buy it?
You have to buy it at unstoppabledomain.com. I'll send you the link. Yeah,
all right.
I bought a
I don't
whole
want
bunch
anyone
of.
else to hustle my name.
You got to get on
we
it
put
quick.
a lot of time into BostonWrestling.com. That was one of the few smart things I've done in 20 years. How can you forget that web name?
You can.
You know what I mean? How easy is that?
Yeah, so
no
right
matter
up,
where you live.
So as soon as we're done doing this, we're gonna get you a .crypto.
Yeah, cool.
All right, gotcha.
So again, you are a man that is involved in just about everything on the planet. I don't even know how you have time to wrestle.
I don't,
I
but
mean, you
I
must
make
put
it.
in
I
a
make
good-
time because I love it.
2+ hours a day in the gym.
3.
3. All right. I mean, you've got the beard, you've got the spray, you've got the books, you've got Howard Miller giving us signs telling us to take it home. Wrestling fans right now, and take a brief time out. We'll be back with more JTG, as Jackie always does it, baby. He switches it over to the hard cam. We'll be back after this brief
Commercial break.
Wrestling fans, years have become months that have become weeks, and now we're talking days and even hours as Boston Wrestling MWF celebrates its 20th anniversary, going back to the 90s. Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. The superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow will take part in a live wrestling event, autograph photo, fan fest, VIP exclusive Q&A, plus the kickoff to our annual Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks toy drive. After Jimmy Kimmel embarrassed Melrose for, well, being Melrose. We're also going to have a superstar costume contest where Best Dressed wins an awesome autographed prize. On November the 13th, you'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blayze, a.k.a. Madusa, from WCW, WWE Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion Marty Jannetty, the Doctor of Style Slick, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese, Portuguese Man of War Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact Wrestling World Champion Die Hard Eddie Edwards, JTG of Cryme Time, John Cena Sr., Oscar of Men on a Mission, AEW's Jora Joe, and more. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at BostonWrestling.com. We'll see you live November the 13th.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marati.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
On October 28th, 2020, Wrestling's Scariest Night was back with WWE NXT Halloween Havoc. This limited edition collector's autograph poster is number 12 of only 100 produced and is signed by all 9 superstars featured on the poster, including Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, Dexter Lumis, Cameron Grimes, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Gonzalez, and your Halloween Havoc host, Shotzi Blackheart. Comes with WWE Authentication hologram on the back. You'll also receive an on-air thank you from WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas and a bonus mystery autograph photo. Help keep wrestling legends working. Get this awesome collectible now. Wrestling fans, especially here in the Boston area, we want to thank our great friends at Red Rose for their support for all of our charitable endeavors and programming efforts. Red Rose is 2 years young and extremely thankful for all the support they've had from our neighbors here in Melrose and beyond for an amazing first 2 years. Red Rose thanks Melrose and all of the first responders who have fought the good fight and have never given up hope during these unprecedented times. We did it together. Follow Red Rose on Facebook for their anniversary special, facebook.com/Red Rose Melrose. You'll be glad you did. Open until 2 a.m. Red Rose will give you fresh, piping hot, mouth-watering food that'll put an ear-to-ear smile on even the toughest critic's face. Check out their full menu online at redrosema.com or give them a call, 781-620-1889.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome back as Captain QVC over here continues his plethora of items. I can't wait to see what he's got coming in 2022. Do you have any ideas under the hat?
I do. I do have some.
You don't want to share right now.
I'm actually. It's a script. You know, me and my. I have 3 of my writing buddies.
3
of my writing buddies.
Jeez,
yes.
You really do have teams.
Yeah, we do Zoom meetings every Wednesday evening. We've been working on this script, and I'm looking forward to getting it sold. I don't want to get too much detail, but it's an amazing script, and I can't wait to share it with the world. Yeah. Hopefully, in about a year or 2, it's on Netflix or.
We'll be having the trailer
Amazon
right here
Prime.
on the show.
Exactly, you know. And you're invited to the red carpet if it doesn't get picked up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I will go. It'd be a great chance for me to go to California again, enjoy the Universal Studios. And my first,
yes.
You know, I don't even know if you knew. Another interesting tidbit about our history. I don't know if you knew this. 2007, WWE calls about a week before WrestleMania 23.
Okay.
I thought they wanted me to do something. I was all excited.
Okay.
And they did wanted me to do something. Only it had nothing to do with WrestleMania 23. They were going to have the Boston premiere of the movie The Condemned with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I was there for that. Yeah, it was mandatory that the talent went to go watch that.
You went to the Detroit version.
Yes.
In Boston, they did the same thing.
Okay.
Only it was just Steve Austin that came in. And Lionsgate and WWE, I guess, because it was a TV taping night, they had no one. So they said, you know what? We've got have you ever seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation at least? Oh, Jesus.
It's been too long. No, I saw it a long, long time ago. I don't remember too much of it. It was in the background playing.
I almost consider myself the cousin Eddie of WWE.
Okay.
They kind of know I exist. It's like I'm out in the RV out in the parking lot somewhere.
Okay.
If they need me, they can call me. But they called me to try and coordinate with them in Lionsgate, the Condemned Boston premiere. and Austin came in for it.
Nice.
So we had literally within just a couple of days, we got 200 fans to come in. He did a nice Q&A after the movie. He watched the movie with the fans,
Oh, nice.
which I thought was really cool. He was very cordial. He did autographs, not like a fan fest, but
Yeah.
just, for the fans that approached him afterwards, he was nice to them and whatnot. And just another really cool experience. I never thought I'd be working on an endeavor with Steve Austin for a movie premiere with Lionsgate and WWE.
I know. Well, just
Fell right in my lap.
between me and you and,
Sorry.
and our fans, did you enjoy the movie?
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was actually one
it
of
was
their
actually-
better WWE movies.
It was actually good, yeah. And then I don't think it got the recognition that it deserved.
It's a WWE movie. What critic
Is it on Netflix? Is it on Netflix? Can I check? Is it? No?
I don't know.
Yeah, you have to look for
I
it,
don't
huh?
know.
Okay.
No, Austin was badass in that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
He
a
had some
real-
good spots in there,
It
too.
was an interesting plot. It wasn't too over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, in this day and age where there's so many, funny things that go on outside of the United States, I
Yeah.
could see something like that happening. You know what I mean? The dark web and so on and so forth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, who knows? But I mean, I enjoyed The Condemned. It didn't get the recognition it deserved, but it's just another one of those nights I'll never forget.
I remember watching it in the theater, and we were for certain spots, we were like, oh, cheer, like clapping and blah, like a real ratchet movie theater in Brooklyn. But yeah,
But you had no choice. You had to go.
I'm glad I went though.
You're glad?
I'm glad I went. Yes, because we were thinking it was like, oh gosh, are we being forced to watch? It's got to be really bad if we are getting forced to watch it. But no, it was pretty good.
WWE Studios has had some that fall into that category too. But The Condemned was a really good one, and I was kind of surprised that he never followed up with anything
Any more acting?
big. Well, no, he did. He's
Yeah,
done some movies,
he
but
did
they
some.
were all like direct-to-DVD pretty much.
No, that one he
He
did
did,
with the Steve. Didn't he do one with all the action heroes?
Yeah, what was that group?
And The Longest Yard, he played
That
a
one.
racist
Yep.
correctional officer. I was shocked. I'm like, oh my god.
But I thought after The Condemned, there, not that he was going to reach Rock levels, but I just thought there
He
was
could
a lot
have.
of
He could have though.
Maybe.
He could have. I think so.
I don't think he has the personality that Rock has.
There's a lot of other action superstars that Stone Cold has more charisma than.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, and they're.
But I think as far as wrestling goes, I think Stone Cold was the man compared to The Rock. But as far as Hollywood goes, I have to
Rock,
go with
you
The
gotta
Rock.
give The Rock, yeah.
You got to give it to what that guy has done. And I don't know if you've ever met his lovely mother, Ada,
I
who
believe I
attends
have,
the
yes.
Cauliflower Alley Club every year, a great lady. But forget about Ada Johnson. My gosh, we've been going through your trials and tribulations. I lost my train of thought completely. It
is all right.
Uncle Al Snow.
Yes, Uncle Al.
You said he was someone that really got you to that spot where you felt like you were training to becoming a true professional. What was it about Al Snow that got in your head that made the light switch go off, so to speak?
Okay, so with the different training, so I trained with Eugene. That was more the basic stuff, how to fall and how to, punch, and then the basic stuff, hitting the ropes. Training with Rip Rogers, it was more psychology, how to tell a story in the ring. And with Al, Uncle Al, he trained us, got us polished for TV, knowing your camera angles, where's hard cam, communicating with the ref. And, with TV, he was telling us how much, they invest into a TV time, how much, one segment, that's this much of thousands of dollars they're investing in you, so you better give them, or else you're not going to be on. He's just giving us breaking it down for us, how to look at it as a business, telling us that you are your own brand. Yeah, you work for WWE, but JTG is a brand. There's many different restaurants, burger restaurants, but how do you make your burger? Is it flame broiled? Is yours, do you have the Big Mac? You have to make yourself stand out and promote your brand. And he was basically telling us Raw and SmackDown, those are commercials. You make your money on the road. So every time you're in front of a TV, when that red dot is on, promote yourself as much as possible, get yourself over. And, before I was just looking at it as wrestling, but there's a business aspect you have to understand on that end.
So you think he almost kind of took you to the next level, mentally?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Mentally, yes. He definitely got us prepared. Because when I got signed in 2006, it was in June. Mm-hmm. I had to get ready for TV for October.
Wow.
Yeah. And Al helped a lot with that.
This might come off as kind of a strange question, but do you think where OVW had so many solid trainers, Rip Rogers, Al Snow, Danny Davis, Nick Dinsmore, you had Cornette there in charge for a while, then Paul Heyman, do you think maybe they were missing anything from where you went from a professional wrestling training platform to when you go to television? It's a little bit different, and it's not wrestling, it's sports entertainment. Did you have any transition issues with that, or?
Say that one more time. What do you mean by?
Well, it's almost like, you know, WWE, oh, we're not wrestling, even though it is. We're not wrestling, we're a television show, we're entertainment. Do you think, did they push enough entertainment upon you in OVW as far as being prepared for
Al
that?
Al did.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's exactly how Shad and I got I got my contract, because we were doing we was wrestling every week, and Al said, you know, you don't have to wrestle every week to get yourself over. You could do stuff outside the ring, do some vignettes, do something, you know, get a camera guy, do something that, you know, that will get you over, get your characters over and your tag team over, and we'll put it up on air, but you don't have to wrestle every week. You guys wrestled every tag team already, and we were the tag team champions. So with that information we got from Al, Shad and I shot some vignettes, and those vignettes that you saw when Cryme Time debuted, the Cryme Time debuted, we already filmed that in OVW with lower quality cameras, and Vince saw Shad and I on the screen and was like, I want those two guys I want them to be on my brand. They have great on-screen chemistry, they look great, and they have a good thing going down in OVW, so it's gonna work.
So you just found like an OVW camera guy, or?
Yep.
And just went to random spots?
Shad and I came up with some ideas, you know, some stuff we saw in Living Color, but we made it our own.
Oh.
The Wayans brothers, you know, some stuff we saw from Friday, you know, we just took all those elements that we grew up watching, and we had fun with it.
Well, that's one thing. You know, Bruce Pritchard had his podcast that was really, even though he still does it now, but it was really white hot at one point, and he was doing live shows. I opened for him and Conrad Thompson here and out in Phoenix. And that was one thing, you know, with advice he would share with me was, it's awesome you have this TV studio, it's awesome you have wrestling venues, but try and come up with different things you can do outside of those places. And that's one thing I've tried, even though wrestling was basically killed not too long after he gave me that advice. But as the 20th anniversary and almost chapter 2 of what we do comes to life, that's one thing I'm really thinking of. Different places we can go, different things we can do with different talents to really enhance what they do beyond the fight in the ring, the promo and the interview that can be done in the studio. So with that said, wrestling fans, you want to talk about in-ring, my dear Lord, how many days away are we now? It's just a hair over a week away. Ooh. Saturday night, November the 13th, Memorial Hall, Melrose, Massachusetts. There's only one place to be. If you want to relive your childhood, like Jay and I are going to do, it's a plethora of superstars, VIP exclusive Q&A session. Everybody can take part in the Autograph Photo Fan Fest. Then that hot in-ring action, baby. You've got Cam Zagami in the Uprising. Cam Zagami is taking them, talk about reality coming to life here in the Boston Wrestling. John Cena Sr. hired Cam Zagami almost as his Virgil, as his flunky. Then Cam got a spot on John Cena's reality show, American Grit. John Cena Sr. got suspended for some of his shenanigans. Some IPs and copyrights expired. Cam Zagami went from being the Virgil to taking the money he made off of Fox TV and American Grit on John Cena's reality show to give the FU to John Cena Sr. for disrespecting him, and he bought his faction. I mean, you talk about some interesting happenings. That's just the tip of the iceberg, folks, along with the debut of Newbie's Guide to
Big Biceps, the author.
Let me tell you something. I thought he was hiding a couple of...
Tony got nothing on me.
I thought he had a couple of children in his coat sleeves when he came in, but it's November after all. For my friend JTG, I'm Dan Marati. We'll see you November 13th at Memorial Hall. We'll be back here next Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. You and yours be well. Head on over to BostonWrestling.com. Get those tickets now.
Wrestling fans, years have become months that have become weeks, and now we're talking days and even hours as Boston Wrestling MWF celebrates its 20th anniversary, going back to the 90s. Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. The superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow will take part in a live wrestling event, Autograph Photo Fan Fest, VIP exclusive Q&A, plus the kickoff to our annual Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. After Jimmy Kimmel embarrassed Melrose for, well, being Melrose. We're also going to have a superstar costume contest where best dressed wins an awesome autographed prize. On November the 13th, you'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blayze, a.k.a. Madusa, from WCW, WWE Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion Marty Jannetty, the Doctor of Style Slick, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese, Portuguese Man of War Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact Wrestling World Champion Die Hard Eddie Edwards, JTG of Cryme Time, John Cena Sr., Oscar of Men on a Mission, AEW's Jora Joe, and more. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at BostonWrestling.com. We'll see you live November the 13th.